This is the first time we may have seen him speaking to the... Are we the media? I guess we are. Anyway, he's our very good friend. We're very happy to have him here. Please welcome Mr. John Aloisi. Good to see you. You're our first ever guest, Santo just reminded me.
I hope we didn't give you bad luck. Hey, welcome back. John, it's great to see you. I guess no one's really seen you for a while. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Been watching a lot of games, analysing a lot of games. When you're a coach, it's hard to watch too much football because you're watching your team or previewing the opposition. And so now I get to watch European football, see the way they're doing things, and you know, able to watch Bayern Munich, who for me are the best team in Europe at the moment, and try and learn things.
Now we asked you off air. Have you been watching our show?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
there's a show in Bayern that's in Munich that do us a lot better.
Total football.
I was going to say, with the watching of the stuff overseas, after having been so close to the game here, what is the big difference? Because I always think the execution, strikers are very different overseas. Having seen that and being here, what do you reckon is the big difference between Australian football and international? Yeah,
the strikers are clinical over there, without a doubt. They, whenever they get an opportunity, Bayern Munich this morning against Schalke, they were 3-0 up after 20 minutes, and they were the first 3 chances they got, so the game was all over. But I think, you know, it's understandable because technically they're the best in the world, and that's why they're playing in the best leagues.
It's a perfect segue back to the Melbourne Heart, John. And, mate, you're too nice to say this, and there was no one barracking harder. This show was barracking for the Melbourne Heart every week because we love you. And you're too nice to say it. But you didn't have Engler. Seems pretty important. We did, because Norbo was in and out, Harry was injured, and, if you don't mind me saying, you kept playing Michael Mifsud. How would you sum up, you know, what happened?
Oh, look, it's you don't want to make excuses when you're in that position because it's not easy to have your best players out, but you've got other players there that are there to do a job. And we thought we were playing really good football, creating a lot of chances, that we should have won some games at least. And we knew once we got our whole squad together, we were going to turn it around. And, you know, once they got their first win, you could see they were going to go on a run. And that's what happened once they beat Newcastle. Just unfortunate for me, I wasn't there when that was happening, and I understand, you know, it's a results-driven business, and we didn't get the results, so I have to go.
As a player, you would have been involved when managers had changed while you were there. What was the... I guess it was it... Were you reminded of that at all when you left the Heart? Did you sort of think to yourself, oh, yes, I remember this sort of situation?
Yeah, I was in quite a few sides where the coach got the sack. And as a player, you move on very quickly. Players, you know, they're pretty selfish in that aspect because, you have to worry about yourself and your career. And that's what really surprised me. I didn't expect, but probably 90% of the players either called or texted me and contacted me and... you know, wished me all the best, and you know, we're upset about the situation, but you know, I'm still following them because all of those players I signed, and it's good to see them doing well now.
Are you hoping to coach again? I don't know if I've asked you.
I'd love to coach again. That's what I've been doing really while I've been out, is watching games to keep on improving as a coach and make sure that I'm ready for the next opportunity. And
you're going overseas as well, aren't you? You're going to have a look at some other teams around the world?
Yeah, lucky enough to be able to go to Tottenham for a week and spend time with the manager there, Tim Sherwood, and also Everton. You know, Roberto Martinez.
Did he try to sign you one day?
Yeah, tried to sign me just before I came back to Australia. He was at Swansea, and I didn't know if I could live in Wales.
Don't tell him that when you get there.
What I was going to say is there's been ups and downs. I mean, you're regarded as one of our great heroes, part of the golden generation. Then you come back, play at Sydney, things up and down there, then Heart, up and down. Do you still love the game?
Yeah. It's funny, saying I've been reading, I read Pep Guardiola's book, and Bielsa, who's a famous coach, Argentinian, Guardiola went to visit him just before he started coaching, and Bielsa goes, do you really want to be fed to the vampires? You know, they're going to take your blood. And he said, I need the taste of blood. And it's a similar situation with me. It's never nice when people are against you or you're getting abused, but I love the game that much, and I believe in, you know, what I do. before as a player, then as a coach, and you're confident that in your own ability. And I want to be involved, and I want to be coaching now. And before, as a player, I wanted to be playing and doing my best.
That's great. Hey, can we talk Socceroos?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. I wanted to bring up the squad that Ange has named for this. You were speaking of it. This is the final squad before the World Cup squad is announced, correct? So this is the final friendly, because the South Africa game is a farewell game.
Yep.
When you're so I'll show you that now. Are there any names for you that jump out as okay? That was an interesting choice. That was an interesting choice from your perspective.
I think all of them have been playing in Europe.
And that's the key word, isn't it? Europe.
Yeah, and look, there's still players that are playing here in the A-League and doing well. Milligan's been doing well again since his injury that he had, and Tommy Rogic is playing again. Yep. I think all the players that Ange's picked there have been playing regular football, and that was the big part of why he selected that squad. Yeah. And he's got pace up front, which is always important. I know Lecky has got pace to, he's very quick.
Well, these are the guys. These are the changes from the last squad. If we could, here we go. So the outs are interesting there for the name for me. The two names that are interesting for me there are Kennedy and Bresciano. Would you think that Neil as well, but that's sort of a different kettle of fish. Would you say that Bresch and Kennedy could be confident of going to the World Cup at the moment, or it's a little bit on the outer? Because there's no real recognised strikers in the squad, in the original squad that we showed you. What do you think?
Yeah, the only strikers that he's got in the squad is Lecky, but he's been playing out on the wing, and he's also got Tim Cahill, who's been playing a bit deeper with New York. But I think that... I can't say what Ange is thinking, but you see Josh Kennedy, he always seems to score goals.
Havoc,
and he's so tall and good in the air, but he's also good with the ball at his feet. And I'm sure if he doesn't think of starting him, he's a type of player that he can always bring on as an impact player. He did say that he didn't select a couple of people from Asia because the Asian champion...
Yeah, it just started the J-League.
It hasn't started, but I will think that Bresciano will get in because... plus he's a good friend of Santa.
Yeah. That's it.
Samuel?
I wanted just to ask about Lucas Neal, because he signed with Watford eventually. I think it was he was going to sign with either Watford or Qantas, I think it was one. I don't know which one he was going to sign with. But, John, is that a good move? I don't know.
I think so, because it's a good level. The Championship is a great level, and if Lucas plays regular football and gets himself fit, and I'm sure that Ange will consider him. But watch the game against Costa Rica. Lucas and Rhys Williams played really well, and they started the play from the back. What Ange likes, and that's why he's got Spiranovic in the squad. Technically, very good.
Ange kind of means business, really, because there's some players there that he loves and haven't played. So it says Bresch was there. Favourites. His favourites. So Bresch, Kennedy, Lucas Neal. There's this guy here who's one of his favourites.
He's always playing favourites.
He didn't play him. So I'm
sorry. Footage, you know what
I thought you were a Haas supporter.
Yeah.
When he was Vickers.
Whoever hugs me, I'll bury him.